Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lise Leblanc, and if you've ever wondered exactly how narcissistic parents psychologically manipulate and alienate a child from the other parent, then stay tuned as we explore 10 toxic tactics that they typically use. If you haven't seen my video on how to protect yourself against a narcissistic ex that you're trying to co-parent with, then click on the link above. I received so many requests to talk about this, and I have decided to do a two-part video to try to assist those of you who are in this disheartening situation. And here's one example of the type of message that I get. My ex-wife systematically manufactures conflict now that we share custody of our 4-year-old son. She's trying to convince the court that I'm a bad parent and that she should get more custody and, of course, more money. But I worry about the negative effects that her behavior will have on our child, becoming a victim himself or learning that this is normal behavior. She is already using him as an emotional crutch, manipulating and lying to him about my intentions, my behavior, and my character, trying to brainwash him against me. I've always had such a close connection with my son, but I'm really concerned that over time, she will manage to put a wedge in our relationship. So how do I protect my son from her, and how do I stop her from damaging him and ruining our relationship? So first, let me say that a person doesn't need to have narcissistic or antisocial personality disorder in order to engage in parental alienation tactics. Although if they are highly narcissistic or sociopathic, their efforts to alienate you from your child will likely be extreme, and they will feel fully justified, telling themselves that they're protecting their child from you. But make no mistake, parental alienation is a form of child abuse where one parent psychologically manipulates a child, trying to turn that child against the other parent by continuously undermining, sabotaging, and interfering with their relationship as a way to get that child to reject or distance themselves from the targeted parent. Technically speaking, parental alienation is when a child aligns with one parent and rejects the other parent for reasons that are not warranted. It's important to understand that the child is a victim here. And even though they may start judging you, being mean to you, acting like the narcissistic parent, seeing you through the distorted lens of the toxic parent, always remember that the child is being manipulated, they are being abused and brainwashed with very little defenses against a very powerful type of psychological abuse. So don't blame that child. Don't abuse them further by bashing, retaliating, and trying to get them to reject the toxic parent. Because when you do that, you're being just as abusive. And when a child's mind is twisted to reject both parents, with each parent representing half of that child, it can result in the child 100% rejecting themselves, leaving them stuck in a state of perpetual shame, at higher risk for mental health and substance abuse issues in the future, as well as problems related to self-worth, attachment, and interpersonal relationships. Okay, so in no particular order, here are 10 toxic tactics that a narcissistic parent may use to alienate you from your child. Number 1, the narcissist will bash and blame you almost constantly. Their smear campaign against you probably started long before you even separated, as they made negative remarks about you in front of your child. But this smear campaign will intensify after you separate. They will disparage you as a parent and as a person, and not just you, your entire family, your new partner, your friends, and anyone associated with you. So they are planting seeds, tainting the child to develop negative perceptions, feelings, and beliefs about you and anyone that has anything to do with you. Number 2, the narcissistic parent exploits your child's vulnerabilities and fears, and they will punish your child for talking positively about you, for having a good time with you, and the child will quickly learn that having any positive thoughts or feelings or experiences with you will lead to punishment and rejection. Number 3 is using the child as an emotional crutch. Seeking the child's consult, emotional support, and validation on problems related to you and the marital relationship or other complex problems that are way too much for their age and stage of development. The toxic parent not only provides the child with only one side of the story, always painting themselves in a favorable light and painting you black, but they also share inappropriate information, problems, secrets, and they turn to the child to be their confidant, making them feel jointly responsible for the problems and finding solutions, and of course, blaming you for whatever is happening. For example, the toxic parent may burden the child with financial problems, saying that they're at risk of losing the house because they can't pay the bills, and it's all because you're refusing to pay extra child support, or you're dragging them through court, costing tons in legal bills. So this causes the child to identify more closely with the narcissistic parent, creating a we-them mentality, creating an alliance, an emotional dependency, where the child relies on the alienating parent for validation and support, their sense of security and belonging. And over time, the child sees the alienating parent as the good one, the trustworthy, supportive, protective parent, and the alienated parent as the unstable, unsafe person who's trying to harm them. So the toxic parent is amplifying and reinforcing these shared grievances, strengthening the alliance and making you into the enemy. 4, the narcissist will interfere with communication between you and your child. They may do this by intercepting or blocking messages, not allowing phone or video calls. The narcissist will make every effort to limit and interfere with your contact, your visitation, by going against agreed upon schedules, creating mix-ups, and then blaming you for everything. Number 5, they will undermine your authority by telling the child that your rules and boundaries are stupid, that they don't have to listen to you. They will reward the child for disrespecting you. Number 6, the narcissist will attempt to block your access to information about your child and your child's activities. So, for example, maybe they don't tell you about important events that are happening, or they give you the wrong time and then tell your child that you weren't there because you don't care and they're the only one who cares. Number 7, the narcissistic parent will flat out lie and fabricate stories to brainwash your child into believing that you're a terrible parent, maybe even dangerous. For example, maybe your child is with you for the weekend and the toxic parent is texting them saying things like, "Do you feel safe? If you don't, just let me know, I'll come and pick you up." Even though there's no danger, has never been anything to suggest danger or that the child is unsafe with you. They're simply planting seeds of doubt, making the child believe that they should be afraid of you, that they might be in danger. So painting you the bad guy, positioning themselves as the hero, rescuer, and good guy. Number 8 is loyalty binds. The narcissistic parent will create loyalty tests and put your child in a position where they feel forced to pick sides, making them feel threatened or guilty for loving and wanting to maintain a relationship with both of you. They will ask and expect your child to prove their loyalty by making them choose between you and them, encouraging the child to keep secrets, lies, and hide crucial information from you. Number 9, they make everything into a competition. So they may love bomb your child by buying them expensive gifts, taking them on trips, and giving them tons of attention. They may plan fun activities during times when they're scheduled to be with you, Or if you're doing something fun, they will plan something way bigger and better to do just before whatever you are planning. Whatever it takes to overshadow whatever you're doing or to upset your plans and compete with you to be the better, more fun parent. This may also include things like encouraging or setting your child up to participate in activities that interfere with your visitation or custody time, making it harder to spend time together. Number 10, manipulating and enlisting extended family to reinforce the alienation tactics and isolate your child from your relatives and anyone that's associated with you. So this can include exploiting siblings to reinforce the narratives of the alienating parent. So these are just some of the toxic tactics that a narcissistic parent will use to alienate your child from you. But if you have other ways, please include them in the comment section below to help others. And again, it's important to recognize that the presence of one or even a few of these behaviors on occasion doesn't necessarily indicate parental alienation. Remember, no parent is perfect, including you. We all make mistakes, especially when we're feeling angry, hurt, rejected, helpless. But parental alienation is serious. And soon I will post part 2 of this video where I explain 10 ways to deal with these toxic tactics and safeguard your child to the extent possible. In the meantime, please check out my video on strategies to protect yourself, to preserve your own mental and emotional well-being, and your own sanity. So click on the link above for that video. And if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss part 2 of this video.